26. Just wanted to document my dream. I had to sit with it a while, just because it felt like there was a lot, but then there wasn't. So in my dream, there was an orchard. We were in an orchard. I was in an orchard. There were apple trees everywhere. Oh, that's what I was going to look up. What dreaming of orchards means. But there was apple trees everywhere. It says we can dream of an orchard when we are attempting to either draw on our heritage or eliminate patterns of behavior adopted from the family in order to find a greater sense of fulfillment. Trees abundant with fruit can appear when you are exploring the fruit of your labor. That's funny, it says that in terms of eliminating patterns or behavior adopted from the family, because in my dream, so we're in an orchard and there's trees, apple trees everywhere, and there's apples everywhere. And there's like pockets of families. There's just pockets of families everywhere. And to a certain degree, I mean, I don't know all these families, but some are familiar. And I was trying to find like what's in common with all of them. I'm what's in common in all of them. Even the ones where I don't know the family, like there's this theme that I'm the common like denominator almost. And I get snippets of interacting in some of these families. And there were some families that struggled about letting go of their beliefs. There was this feeling that they were struggling letting go. I was like, okay. And then in other families, there was this sense of like, they were working with me. They were working with me. Hannah was there, and my ex. And I was working with them. Like there was this, like I just remember thinking like, okay, I'm working with them. Like it felt good to be able to work with them. I mean, we weren't all together, it was separate. Like Hannah was like in her own little, she was in her booth. She was in her booth and I was there and I was working with her. So there was this element of working together. And then I would move to another scene and I was with my ex and there was this element of working together. And then I would go into another family unit. And somewhere, like I didn't know who they were, but there was also this element of like I was working with them. And there were some homes where I'd go in and it was like really small, and then I'd go into other homes and there was like this huge warehouse with statues and the statues were coming down. There was this element of like the statues were coming down in these warehouses, or in this one warehouse. I remember just the orchard. Apple trees everywhere, apples everywhere. And then pockets of families. And some were working with me, and some there was more resistance. But it was, you know what it was? I was working with the kids in the family, like the young adults. They weren't kids, they were young adults. I was working with the young adults in the families. And it was their parents that were struggling letting go. It was their parents. Also, just wanted to record on the train. I need to listen to MJ's morning message. Clearly, I didn't put my clothes away from yesterday. I got caught up on that freaking show that my sister introduced to me. It's a good show. You know what? It makes me want to go to Europe. It makes me want to go to Europe. A good show. Good thing I only have access to the first season, because, you know, I can get stuck binge watching, and I don't want to do that because I have things to go, people to see. Yeah, so I still gotta do that. I mean, I did some cleaning, but yeah. Oh, balance, right? Do a little clean. My stomach. I had a bunch of beans yesterday. I cooked some beans. I refried some beans, some canned beans. I hadn't had it in a while. And I bought some salsa. I know how to make salsa. I don't know why I don't buy it. I don't know why I don't make it. But I ended up buying it instead. So I had beans with salsa. And I indulged in chips. These blue corn chips. As I took my Florify and my stomach pills, and my stomach's still digesting. So I'm not hungry at all, but my tummy, I have to go take ginger. But yeah, so gotta move my car today and my work today. So then take my midday walk. And yeah, yesterday I went down a different street. Oh, I love it. I love there's always something new. I had taken 19th Street before, but I guess I always turn at a certain point, and this time I took it straight across. I actually was coming from Dolores Park, and I decided just to take it straight instead of turning where I usually turn. So I came across a new park that I hadn't seen. And it had this beautiful mural on top of the building. I just stood at it. I just stood there and I was like staring at it. I was like, oh, that's so amazing. And then there were more on the side, like the what are those called? Alleys. I didn't go down that road, but it's so great to, what is this? This bugs me. I don't like the sound of it. My scissors. But yeah, it's just I really enjoy when I see something new. Just a new street. It doesn't itch me later. Just a new street and the park, and look nice. I look really nice. So yeah, the adventures continue, I guess. That's all. Alright. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learned to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best. And